Hello and welcome to Gothmother's Reselling Adventure, Gothmother's Closet, Gothmother's Poshmark uh, information station, I guess, is where we're at right now. Yes, I'm back already so soon. I have a few minutes today and we're in a bit of a crunch here. So first of all, if you like what you see on this video, thumbs up. If you don't like what you see in this video, thumbs down. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'm trying to grow this channel now that I'm able to, my life has been more organized where I can actually do things like make more YouTube videos. So today I'm just going to talk about that Canadian postal strike once again. I was only a couple days ago that I came on here and said a bit about, what's going on and what kind of strategies I might be taking and what other people might be taking. So I've definitely been crawling around the internet, mostly on Reddit, to see what other poshers are doing or saying or what is happening. So first of all, for those who don't know, and apparently some don't, that there is a Canada-wide postal strike right now. We are going into our second week of this strike. And today is November the 24th. And so, what's that? 1 month to Christmas Eve. Yeah, for those that celebrate Christmas. And then, of course, even if you're not Christian or you don't celebrate Christmas, there's all kinds of holidays packed in between now and New Year's Eve that people love to buy presents for. Um, there's so many cultures and religious ceremonies and even if you're not buying presents, there's the other stuff you need. You need decorations, you need boxes, you need, I feel like I'm turning into Dr. Seuss, boxes and bags and more biffers and bling blinkers and all that. But it's true. And even if you're not a consumer society, the Canada Post is important for not just buying and selling on these businesses, but there's 85,000 passports being held up, so people can't travel right now. Now, I know that there's a bit of contingency for some people with the passports. I know someone in my family is waiting for the passport. They're supposed to get it November the 28th, back before the strike. And I believe they have an option if they can get through on the lines, but there's hundreds of people in the queues when they call, that they can arrange to get, pick up their passport in person but will need to get in the car and go there. And this person doesn't have a car, but and not a lot of people do have cars to go to other places to get their passports. And the person I'm thinking of isn't traveling till January, so there's still a bit of wiggle room. But people trying, students trying to leave the country right now, they're having troubles if they can't get through that line or to make other arrangements. But anyways, that's not Poshmark business. But it is an example of all kinds of services and things that are being held up with the Canada Post strike because it is not a rotating strike. So any parcels that you mailed before the strike are caught in this limbo, right? I said in my other video that I had mailed 2 packages on the same day, on the Sunday before the strike, and I believe the strike started on the Friday. One person got their package, no problem. The other one, it's just sitting somewhere and it's still sitting. Then I have sold 2 items since the strike began, and I thought they both understood there was a strike, but the second person I actually messaged them after I did my last video, and in fact they did not know there was a strike. Who knew that somebody didn't know that there was a strike? And then they said, well, can you send me my thing some other way? And I had to say, no, we can't on Poshmark Canada because Poshmark Canada only works with Canada Post. We cannot sell our products through FedEx or UPS or anything else because of the way the system is set up. we have, Poshmark gives us the labels. We put the labels on our packages and they're tracked by Canada Post. So even if you decide to take upon, maybe you sold a $200 coat, so it's like, yeah, I don't mind paying the $30 FedEx. You can certainly do that and send that coat, but you won't be able to claim the money on the app because it didn't go through the system. So Poshmark can't track that the product got to where it needed to go. And then if there's a problem with the product, like it doesn't show up or the client wants to return it or something like that, there's no recourse, because now it's pretty much like you sold it on Facebook Marketplace or something. There's no one to help you out with that, and it's going to be a big mess. Now also I was reading on Reddit, and I mentioned this in the last video too, but I just want to keep on top of things, especially for those of you that didn't see the other video, but here we are talking about this, that people are having various suggestions and strategies of how they're trying to deal with this. Somebody suggested that you put, whenever you get an order during the strike time, that you mark it manually as shipped, and then you won't get all these notifications that you haven't sent the package is late, oh my God, now you're late, oh, you haven't sent it, la la la, which I get just for those couple of packages that I can't send, right? So people who sell like tons of stuff, I'm just a little BB baby seller, right? But some people sell, dozens or thousands of things on Poshmark, so they're getting like slammed with all these late notices, and I guess it annoys them. So they're all suggesting, oh, just mark the product as shipped, and then we'll deal with it when things are up and running. But I thought, and other people have also thought this, and we're all kind of thinking this, some of us are thinking this, that first of all, if you're marking it as shipped and it's not shipped, that's a lie. So you're lying to your customer. You're not providing a service, but you're pretending that you are. And not everyone knows there's a strike and that you're playing this game, right? And also, once you've marked something as shipped, you cannot cancel it. You can't stop it. So let's say the strike goes on for 2 months. It's still marked as shipped. And if the customer wants their money back because they, now they're just going to go to the mall, they don't want your thing anymore. It's all screwed up because it's supposedly in transit because you marked it as shipped. Or if you want to cancel it for whatever reasons, you can't. But to me, the most important part is what I first said, which is you're lying to your customer. So why should your customer trust you if you're lying about shipping a package when you have not? That's not cool. So that's kind of where I stand on that. I have my 2 things just sitting over there waiting to be shipped. And then there's people who are all frantically putting their closets on vacation mode. And I did that for a day. And then I thought, nah, I'm not going to do that. And the reason why I don't want to do that is because I'm a Posh ambassador too. I worked hard to get there. I don't want to lose my stats. And I will be going away in February and have my closet on vacation mode then. And, and I had my closet on vacation mode a couple of times in the summer, and you really do lose traction when you go on vacation mode. So I like my products to just keep showing up. Even though, people may or may not want to buy them, but they could still see them if they want to. Someone made me an offer the other day on something, and it was super low. I'd already dropped the price of this item so much. I dropped it from, before the strike, I dropped it from like 40, then, 30, 20. Then I was kind of getting to a point where I just want this out of my life. So it was $12. So this person offered me $6, and I didn't even answer them because, if you're a seller on Poshmark, that you're only going to make $1. That doesn't even cover the envelope. And this is it was a large bag, purse thing. So, that's a lot of wrapping supplies. And I wouldn't even make that my wrapping supplies, let alone making money on the product. So why would I pay to send you something? This, and the $40 I originally put this as, this is a $200 item. So no. I saw that, I just ignored it, and I saw that they did actually cancel their offer before the 24 hours was up. Maybe they realized. I'm like, no, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not working for free. I like giving deals. I will give deals. And I have sold one or two small things for $7 or $8. I did sell one thing once for $5. And it's like, why? Why did I do that? I'm making $1. And I'm not even making that because I have to use an envelope and bubble wrap or whatever. I have to print it out. So I'm using printer paper and printer ink. I have to go to the store. So I'm either walking, so that's spending time, or I'm driving, so that's spending gas. Come on. It's crazy times, crazy times. Think about it before you, when you're lowballing sellers, think about it. Just think about it. I don't have all my stuff cooked into the price, especially at that price. You know? So yeah, so that's just something to consider. Now, what can we do? What can we do? We can relax, or we can list. List. Poshmark's is pretending the strike isn't happening. They just keep saying, they're still running closet clear out like nothing's happened. They're still encouraging all these stupid live things, which I've never done and never will. I've done the couple of silent shows, but I won't do the live. I can't even set up a YouTube video without using a backdrop. How am I running a live show? I don't have room. I live in a tiny, tiny place, and there's no room to do the hangers and closets and all that jazz. So that's never going to happen in my world. And yet, even if you are doing the live shows, how are you sending your products? You can't. There's a mail strike. And the mail strike may go on a month. It has before. And, and Canada Post is trying to get everyone by the balls because they know how disruptive this time of year will be. To have a mail strike. So I think they're hoping that's the leverage, that they will get what they want. And what they want is a 22% wage raise and a whole bunch of conditions about work environment and safety and things like that. And I'm not against people striking at all. I'm not against workers' rights. It's not that. But, it is a bummer because I was starting to get some traction on Poshmark and getting a bit of income in. And yeah, it's frustrating. Now, a lot of people, as I watch more YouTube videos of other sellers and reading the Reddits and other things I'm reading, a lot of people are doing cross-listing because on eBay and Etsy, any other platform in Canada here, we can use alternative ways to ship our products. So you can cross-list to eBay or Etsy and use FedEx or UPS or whatever. Is it UPS? No, whatever. Whatever it is. So I'm starting to think about that myself. I really don't want to get into cross-listing because I'm afraid of forgetting to remove stuff when it sells. I've already gone through that. Luckily, no one I didn't get into the whole someone bought something I already sold, but I did have a couple of items cross-listed between Poshmark and eBay like a year ago and completely forgot I had done that. And then I sold something on Poshmark. Then about a month later, I clued in that the thing I'm staring at on eBay, it's like, oh, I don't even have that anymore. So I hate cross-listing. And I know there's programs you can get that will delist your items for you. It seems like they're mostly in the States. There is a product or two here in Canada, and I know they're expensive. I think the one I keep looking at is $30 a month US. And that's a lot, especially if you can't sell anything. And it's a crapshoot, if you will. And I already pay for an app to do some other this and that's for me on Poshmark. So, and then I have a storage unit I pay for. And so, the expenses start to add up, especially if you're not sure if it's going to be, I was going to add a cross-listing app once I got to reached a certain level in my mind of my Poshmark sales, but now this Canada Post situation is kind of accelerating things. Or maybe I'll just keep posting stuff on eBay, and like I keep saying, I have to show my eBay some love anyways, because I was trying to keep eBay more for smaller products, for books and magazines, because I've noticed books and magazines don't really sell on Poshmark, and maybe I'll cross-list the books and magazines I have on Poshmark over to eBay. That might be something simple I can do. But listing on eBay is still, to me, a nightmare. I still find it super, like it takes me like 20 minutes to post something, so I don't want to be selling stuff for $1, So that's the strategy, though, I guess, is, okay, let's rewind. How I feel we should be handling the strike when you're a Poshmark Canada person or seller is keep listing. Don't put your closet on vacation mode. If someone buys something, contact them and let them know that there is a strike. It seems like on Reddit, everyone assumes everyone in the world knows there's a Canada Post strike, and they don't. A lot of people don't know this. And then you can start putting things on other platforms like eBay and Etsy, and I don't know what else we have in Canada. But be mindful, because I have, in reading some of the Canada Post threads, that a lot of people in Canada, even if they order through FedEx or UPS or some of the other places, Canada Post actually does that because they live in a rural area or they have a post office box as an address. So if you didn't know that, if you're selling to someone who has a post office box in Canada, it doesn't matter if you're using any other courier, it defaults to Canada Post because of whatever reasons, however it's designed. So that's something to consider too. And so even if you're selling something on eBay or Etsy or any other, I don't know, they're Depop, Mercari, all these places, I'm not sure which ones all work in Canada, but again, communication is key. You communicate to your customer, hey, we're having a postal strike. I just want to confirm that you can receive a parcel through FedEx or UPS or whatever, and that it's not just Canada Post, because Canada Post is on strike and we do not know for how long. And if someone orders a product from you on Poshmark Canada, or even if they're just making an offer, again, just remind them there's a postal strike. It's out of my hands. I cannot ship to you till the strike is over. Do you want to proceed with this order, or do you want to cancel it? So if you haven't clicked that I shipped it thing, which you're lying about because you haven't, either one of you can cancel that order at any time. If the strike drags on, the purchaser may be just like, yeah, man, I don't want to wait any longer. I'll just cancel it. And I'll be like, okay, dude, fine. See you next year. Come on back when you can. So yeah, so those are kind of my thoughts on what's happening now with the postal strike. I fully support the strike, even though, it's super disruptive, but strikes are supposed to be disruptive. That's what they're for, just like protests and things like that. That's how people listen. If they had done a rotating strike where, some things, okay, this month Ontario gets mail, and this month Nova Scotia gets mail, and all that, or however they do the rotating strikes, there's no real impact, right? People aren't screaming from either side. you know, customers, right? Small businesses. It's all over the news every second now. Everyone's drowning. We're coming into the holiday season. It's American Thanksgiving. I think this week, maybe, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, then holiday shopping. And it's all destroyed because everything's come to a grinding halt. So even those that were starting to get back on our feet after the pandemic and all that, it's like itsy bitsy spider, right? Going up the water spout, down came the rain and washed the spider out. But we go up again. We go up again. We're going back up the water spout. So just hang tight. Everyone's in the same boat. You are not alone. You really aren't. Feel free to discuss it in the comments. And if you have any strategies to help people get through, Canadians who are buying and selling on Poshmark Canada, if you have any strategies or ideas to help anyone, let us know. Okay, because we're all ears. We all want solutions, and we all hope for better days ahead. And so, yeah. So anyways, I just wanted to pop on and talk about that I guess I rambled on quite a bit, more than I thought I would, like usual. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you soon. Bye-bye.